Hi everybody, Dave Johnson again with Aggressive Fun. Today we're doing a part 2 on this Eureka vacuum cleaner. If you remember, part 1 had to do with replacing a bad belt, just a worn belt. It hadn't broken or anything, it was just worn and wouldn't make the beater bar rotate like it was supposed to. This same exact vacuum cleaner, after we've used it quite a bit with that new belt, developed a new problem, which is the belt broke. And the reason it broke is because the bar, the beater bar, brush bar, I guess they call it, stopped rotating because the bearing on one side of it seized up, and then the belt rotated on the bar itself rather than making the bar move. In doing that, it caused the belt to stay in the same position while the motor continued to rotate, and basically it really smelled bad, and then it finally broke through because it melted the belt. So I'll take it apart and show you that part of it. Part of the reason I can tell you this already is I did take it apart initially before I turned the video on and found that there was a huge amount of hair that had collected around the bar and made it stop turning. And it is an older vacuum cleaner, so that bar wasn't quite as strong, the bearing wasn't quite as strong, it was older, and it basically caused it to overheat and seize up. So I'll show you that part right now. Okay. This is basically where we started with the other video too. There's only the 2 screws to take this cover off. There's one here, one over here, and I'll pop those out real quick. And it just lifts off. Now you can see here that the belt's broken, and if you look close, you can see where it used to be one solid piece, and then this area is where it got so hot that it melted it. And you can see on this one where it's very shiny and hard. That's where the shaft just continued to rotate and finally overheated it, melted it, burned up, broke, and then smelled really bad. So then, where the belt goes around this brush bar right here, you can also see in this section of the bar where the belt ended up coming clear over on the bar, and you can see where the brushes are melted. Everything's got very hot, way hotter than it's supposed to in this area. So I took this apart, took out the brush bar, and it slips up and out, and you can see, as I was mentioning, the belt slipped over into this section where it's never supposed to operate, so it was in really bad shape when this whole bar stopped rotating. It wasn't going around anymore, and it ends up that this bearing on this end got so hot that it melted and stopped turning, and then the whole unit stopped turning. If you pull the bearing out of the wood, oh, there we go, you can see it's off center. This inside piece should be centered about this plastic housing, and you can see where there's a big gap on this side. When it melted, it shifted this direction over here, and then the whole thing stopped rotating. It won't turn anymore. So this outside piece here should turn really freely, and it won't turn at all. I'll show you the one on the other end. This is the one that's still good. It really rotates easily about the piece here that goes inside of the wood, and you can see how uniform the bearing piece, the inside piece is around the plastic housing. There's no gaps, it's not off center. So on a normal one, that's what it should look like, and it should turn easily. I mean, it doesn't, it won't free spin, but it still feels like it would move pretty easily. So if you have a normal one, that's the way it should feel. And if it's one like this one that's bad, it won't rotate inside there at all anymore. It's all seized up, so the whole thing rotates together, which is bad. So what I did is went and found a new brush bar, and I happened to be able to find one locally. It was at an A1 vacuum shop. You can also find them online, and there are affiliate links down below the video if you are interested in purchasing one off of Amazon. There's some links down there where you can purchase one. This one was $20, so they're not very expensive, and it's certainly a lot cheaper than buying a new vacuum cleaner. And as you can see, the normal operation here, this guy spins really easily. Same thing with the one on this end. They spin really easily. No problem there at all. What I learned from all of this is you need to check periodically if you have occupants in your home that have long hair. That hair will get wrapped around, and especially on this end, on mine, this is the end that overheated. The hair was all around this section where the belt actually goes, and caused the thing to lock up. Made it so there was way too much friction. The belt couldn't make this turn or about this piece anymore, and that's what caused it to seize up and fail. And with that, then we can go ahead and put this back together. Now, one thing I learned also from our handy part supplier, this shaft that is where the belt goes around it, it's black. It has pieces of the rubber from the belt still on it, and the suggestion was made to make it so that that's gone, get rid of that black. So I'm going to turn this on and use some Scotch-Brite pad and maybe some sandpaper to make this shiny again before I put the belt back on. Okay, hopefully you can see that. I've got some just basic sandpaper, and it's not critical at all. And then I've got a Scotch-Brite pad that I'll try first, and if it's not abrasive enough to shine it up, then we'll use the sandpaper. So here we go. So very easy. It basically just gets the old rubber, melted rubber from the old belt where it got so hot, off of the shaft. And I'm told by somebody who knows what they're doing that that's a good thing to do. So with that done now, I have, if you watch the first video, you'll remember I actually have two belts. This package came with two, so I didn't have to go buy another set. You can see the number here too, which is a 61120G for this 4336 model of Eureka Boss vacuum cleaner. So I have a second brand new belt, and this is the one that I'll install. So basically, I'll just do it in reverse order. I'll put the belt on brush bar first. This square end matches up with the square indent that's here on the vacuum cleaner. So mate those up. If you don't, there won't be enough room for the brush bar to slide down in all the way. So you want to make sure that this end goes in first and it goes in all the way. Otherwise, this other one won't be able to slide down in. Right now, then, if I match up the square on this end, slide right in. So make sure that you mate this one up first and match it up, the square. And then once it's in there, you can test it without the belt tight. Make sure that it spins real free, which it does. This one looks great. And then so you just flex it around, get it around the shaft, and then have it so that the belt is aligned on the part of the brush bar that's pulled up where the belt is supposed to ride, and then you pull it, and there again, get that square, the square that's here, like I was showing before, get it to line up with the hole. It popped in there. Now on this other end, you make it so that that square lines up, pops right back in, and there it's in place. And there's a small cover that actually, whoops, there's the screws. It actually got stuck inside of the cover, which is okay. but it can fall out. So make sure that this piece gets put back in. I think it is easier if it stays wedged in the cover where it goes. Here with the plastic ends here. When you go to reassemble, that'll hold it for you. That guides it back into place, and everybody's happy. Put the screws back in. Make sure they're tightened down. Take a look. Does it work? Works like a charm, and it doesn't even stink. Okay, there we have a repair $20 brush bar and another belt where I got two in the package for $5, so $2.50 for the belt, $20 for the brush bar, back to having a like new vacuum cleaner. So score that a win. As always, thanks for watching. Oh, and check out down below the video in the description. There are links to affiliate Amazon products. So if that's convenient for you, great. If it doesn't work for you, then no biggie. Doesn't matter at all. I'm adding them in there as a convenience to make it easy for those who want to purchase and have things shipped to them from Amazon. So thanks for watching. Hopefully, if you were just changing your belt, the first part video, that's also a video, YouTube video, and I do have a link for it down below. If you haven't seen it yet, in the description there is a link for that video as well. Check that one out if you're just changing out the belt. Also, this video, it shows you saw how to change the belt here as well, so maybe that's all that you needed in order to get your belt back in place and get your vacuum cleaner up and running. So thank you very much for watching. We appreciate any subscribes or likes. Give us the thumbs up if you're so inclined. We appreciate that, and hopefully we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.